Hey guys, Jeff here, Dice Hitters. So we had a trip to Vegas last weekend, and I had a dream. I had a couple of dreams prior to going, and that was that I was going to put $10 on each of the bonuses, the small, tall, all, and I was going to make it. And I got there, my favorite table to play at, completely empty, and I thought, well, this is the time to do it. So I went to do 30, and I was like, first time I just got done, with a long drive. I'm only going to sit there and just do $5 on each of the bonuses. So five small, five tall, five all. And then I gave the dealers $5 so they would have a 2-1-2 on the bonus. First roll was a midnight, and that's fine. I had myself protected. Everything was fine. And my next roll was a 7. And I was like, that's not good. I'm glad I didn't sit there and have $30 on the bonuses, but I did sit there and hop big red so that if that was to happen, I would be recomped, not a problem. I then continued rolling, and I rolled the all tall small. Yeah, that was a big disappointment because I thought, if I did what I was set out to do, and yeah, I would have lost it, and yeah, I would have sat there and had more, more money on the hop in the sevens. I probably would have kept it at $30 for the bonuses. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Sometimes if you set out to do something or had a dream about something, you just need to follow through it and do it. We did pick up a friend in Cottonwood, and from our house to Cottonwood, it's almost about the same distance from to Vegas, from our house to Vegas versus Cottonwood to Vegas. And I've only been to Cottonwood a couple of times, and I knew that just follow the GPS, and the GPS told me to go through Jerome. I've never been through Jerome, but if there's people that are watching here, in Arizona, if you've never been through Jerome, you need to take a trip to Jerome. Cute little town. It's built like on stilts. They do have a haunted hotel, and then it started snowing on us in Jerome. In March. I'm used to, being from Alaska. I'm used to having snow in March. That's not uncommon. But snow in Arizona in March, it was even sticking to the truck. But anyhow, if you had to do a day trip, from Phoenix or whatever, try out Jerome. I would definitely visit it on the weekdays, not the weekends, because I could imagine just how crazy it would be during the weekdays. There is a guy that, and I can't do his full introduction because I really don't know his full introduction. But if there's somebody out there that does know this guy, you can put it in the comments. You can tell me exactly what he does, exactly what his what everything he can do and does. I believe he lives in Vegas, and his name is Garrett Russell, and he is a dice setter. As far as I know, he does classes there in Vegas, and he of course charges for it, and he knows dice sets like, I guess, the way I wish I knew dice sets. I just know what works for me, and I pass that information to you. But he has come up with a new book, and this information was on his Facebook, so it's public knowledge. It's not like I'm reinventing the wheel. I'm going to probably take it completely out of context, but if you want to see it, you can sit there and read it for yourself. But it was a really cool story, and the story is, if I were to sit there and have a quarter on the table, and I were to sit there and say, now I'm going to sit there and flip this quarter up in the air 100 times. How many of you would sit there and say it's going to land on heads 100% of the time? Of course, nobody would sit there and do that. Okay, same quarter, same 100 tosses. Let's have it land on tails 100% of the time. Of course, that's not going to happen. We know math enough to sit there and say it's probably going to be around 50-50. So heads would be like the pass line. Tails would be the don't come, the dark side. So why is it that most people that play craps always stick to the pass line or always stick to the dark side? Shouldn't it be sort of back and forth? if it's never going to be 100% one way or never be 100% the other way. And that was his, his introduction story. He wrote a book, and that, as far as I know, that was like one of the introduction stories. And it got me to thinking, we always sit there and we do what we think is best for ourselves, but in reality, if we know math, would that be the same thing? Always playing the pass line, because you're going to lose 50% of the time, or always playing the don't, you're going to lose 50% of the time. In fact, the odds, he says, are better for the dark player once you pass the come out roll. Once you get past the come out roll, the chances of you winning are actually slightly higher than one that only puts it on the pass line. So just food for thought. Throwing it out there. I thought it was a interesting segment for sure. I'm going to always think about that, especially watching people. I'm a people watcher. When you see people bet, and they always bet the same way, you're like, okay, so you're going to lose 50% of the time because you always put money on the pass line. And I don't want to lose money 50% of the time. I'd rather 25%, I'd be happy with that, win 75% of the time, or even higher. But I'd be happy for 75, 80%, but I don't want 50-50. I don't want anything lower than that. I don't want to sit there and always go, well, came to Vegas with $1,000, and now I'm down 2,000. That's something you don't want to do. It's not fun. It's not an enjoyable game if you always lose. But think about that. Think about betting. Think about the ways of winning, and see if there's other things that you're doing the same way. If you're always betting the pass line, 50% lose, 50% win. Think about all the other things that you're doing, and hopefully, Garrett will sit there and chime in and sit there and tell about his book as well. I don't even remember the name of the book. I didn't have it written down, but check it out. If you, it's Platinum Craps, I believe. It's Platinum Craps. But look him up on Facebook, and if it can help you in any sort of way, more power to you. It's just more ammunition to sit there and win. So you're not just half and half. I'm winning 75% of the time. That's not bad. I'd take 75% win all the time. 3 weeks ago, I did Random Roller, and we did the Iron Cross versus the Don't. And Goldie was the Random Roller, and I asked her, what'd you think? And she goes, well, the person playing the Iron Cross always loses in the field when you're sitting there and hit the 5, 6, 8, which she is correct. And she goes, if you didn't have to always lose that field, that person doing the Iron Cross would have won. So it wouldn't have been a full Iron Cross, but it would be the 5, 6, 8. So I thought, well, let's do another demonstration. Let's do Random Roller. Let's do the Don't. And let's also do the Inside. So you have the Don't versus the Inside. It's going to be a $10 table, and we will see who wins. I'm not for sure. Of course, it's random, and random is only a small segment of time, and a time that spans forever. So you can sit there and watch us play and go, well, look, that side won. That doesn't mean that you can go down to the casino and actually win by doing that. It is just a segment of gambling and an entire infinite lifespan. It's only just a segment. If one person wins versus the other, that's fine. It gives you an insight to maybe what actually might work for you, or a strategy you might want to use once in a while. So here it is. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, I have 200 for the Don't, and then I have 200 for the person that is going to do the Inside. It is a $10 table. The person playing the Don't is not going to be playing with any insurance. So in case we roll a 7, a 11, that person will just lose. 200 on each side. So it's going to be, hopefully we'll be able to see the odds, not the odds, the results quick. So I'm going to do 30 for the Don't Pass player. And if it is an even come out number, I'm going to put $10 on the hard way of that come out number. And the person that's playing the Inside is not going to be playing the pass line. $10 table, and we have our random shooter, and it's going to be a 9. So that is not an even number. So we will not be playing $10 on a hard way. This player here is going to be playing the inside numbers. And if he hits a number, we're not going to press it up. We're going to keep it just the same. That way, in case you want to do the same thing, if you want to know what the math is, you can sit there and do the math to figure out if it was worth pressing up or not. It's going to be an 8. It's going to be 9. 9's the number. Person with the don't loses. The inside number was a 9. Setting up the don't again. No insurance on it. It's going to be a 3. It's going to be an 8. Nine. Six. Five. Three. Seven. Total of 8 rolls on that one.
Now you said something about the hard ways. Who's playing the hard ways? The guy at
The don't player if it is a even number.
Okay, because the last one I hit, he didn't play the hard numbers.
Oh, well, in that case, I lost $10 on that one. So it should have been a hard 8. I forgot about that. Okay, so it's going to be a 10. Mark the 10. Hard 10. 6. 9. 3. 6. 6 again. 'Yo. 3. 7. 'That was an 8 roll. Point's going to be 5. 'And point made. 5. Midnight. Midnight on the don't is a push. 7. 7 on the don't is a loss. It's going to be an 8. That's an even number. $10 hard 8. 7. We'll do one more. That was a 5 roll. Seven. The don't loses. $10. Even number, hard 10. And there goes a 7. Both teams start out with 200. $100. You might say 140 minus $1. And that's $10 short of being the start of 200. So the don't person came closest to not losing their bankroll for the random roller. I think that was closer than the last time when we sat there and did the Iron Cross. But there you guys have it. We did have a couple long ones, long throws, and I think if we would have had insurance on it, there was a couple of times we could have used it, and it would only been $3. Hopping Big Red, and when that happened, you would have won $15. So that would have cut your losses by half. Tell me what you guys think. What do you guys use? Something different for the random roller, or do you stick to what you normally bet when you are rolling? Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.